Last night we witnessed the NFL kickoff week 1 of the 2023 NFL season where the Detroit Lions, not the same old Lions, the brand new Lions, took down the Kansas City Chiefs 21-20 in which was a spectacular finish, a great finish by the Detroit Lions. Not so much the Kansas City Chiefs. That's not the Chiefs that we've been used to seeing the past couple seasons where they just march down the field and score a touchdown, leave no time on the clock and stuff like that. I mean, there was 2 minutes left in that ball game, and Patrick Mahomes had the ball in his hand and couldn't find a receiver, couldn't get things moving and grooving. That offense looked horrible, okay? You can tell that they really missed Travis Kelce, and they might have just missed Tyreek Hill, letting him walk, go to Miami Dolphins. They really don't have a good receiver room at all. Okay, they lose Juju Smith-Schuster this offseason. They keep Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Rashid Rice is a rookie. Justin Ross is a rookie. Still have to figure out what they're capable of doing. Sky Moore performed okay, not the greatest. He probably has the highest ceiling at this point in that receiving room. But they didn't have anybody to throw the ball to. And you've seen that the entire night. Patrick Mahomes tried finding Kadarius Toney, who had the worst game you could ever possibly imagine. Okay, balls hit him in the chest, hit him right in the hands, and he would drop them. One ball actually hit him square in the hands, bounced out, and was a pick six by none other than the rookie from Alabama, Brian Branch. Completely changed the outcome of that game. That one play, that singular play, chose who was going to win that ball game, and none other than the Detroit Lions. Brian Branch had a game-sealing interception. I believe it was in the third quarter or something like that, and it was crucial. Okay, first pick, and it's a touchdown. That is phenomenal. But the Detroit Lions controlled that entire second half. The first half, we've seen the Chiefs starting to figure some things out. Detroit was kind of falling off the edge a little bit, but they have that grit, man. That's what Dan Campbell says, that, you know, the breeze underneath my wings, man. The Detroit Lions found a way to outperform the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm glad they did, because this is the brand new Lions, and I hate it because I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan at heart, but I'm an NFL fan in general, so I love seeing these underdogs, these guys that, you know, are historically known for losing, find a way to beat a team that is arguably in its dynasty, in a little bit of a dynasty anyways. The Detroit Lions, their secondary, their defensive front, I mean, Aiden Hutchinson's a dog, okay? And the Kansas City Chiefs, left tackle Jawan Taylor had to cheat the entire game. The entire game. In order to try to get a little bit of an edge on Aiden Hutchinson. And he really didn't, regardless of cheating or not. Holding left and right, false starts left and right, where only one false start was actually called. Wasn't lined up on the ball properly. Should have been a couple flags there for illegal formation or whatever the heck it is. But they tried cheating, basically, and they still couldn't stop him. Okay, the Detroit Lions played phenomenal ball. Now, Marvin Jones Jr. had that one drop, that fumble, where everyone kind of gasped a little bit like, uh-oh. This is the same old Lions. This is where the Lions fall apart. This is where the Kansas City Chiefs take control and blow the Lions out. That was not the case. Marvin Jones, one fumble in the last 1,000-some catches or something like that. He really doesn't fumble at all, so he'll bounce back. But one thing I do know out of the Detroit Lions is that backfield, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, is going to be electric this entire season. Jahmyr Gibbs is like something got shot out of a cannon. I mean, he is absolutely, he's quick. His acceleration, his speed, he runs north and south. He starts east and west sometimes, but then once he finds a hole, he turns it upfield and bam, he's gone in a blink of an eye. He can get 10 yards in basically a second. Jahmyr Gibbs is a special weapon for the Detroit Lions, and it might take him a couple weeks to really figure out how to utilize him. But let's take a look at the stats here from last night's game. Detroit, phenomenal, right? 121-20. They are the brand new Lions, okay? Respect them a little bit more. This is what the Detroit Lions did last night. Jared Goff, no interceptions, had a touchdown, 253 yards passing, okay? Their leading rusher, David Montgomery, was the ball carrier basically all night long. Had a touchdown. It was a damn good touchdown, okay? Broke a tackle, shrugged some guys off, hit a guy, and he was in the end zone. He had a touchdown, 74 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs on the ground, 7 carries, 42 yards. Then you look at the receiving corps. Josh Reynolds was the go-to guy. Okay, 4 catches on 7 targets, 80 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, though, top 5 receiver in the National Football League. When nobody else was open, Amon-Ra was the go-to guy. If Detroit gets a receiver, if for some odd reason they find a way to trade for a Mike Evans, they could have had DeAndre Hopkins. They didn't want to call him. But if they find a way to get Mike Evans, this team is going to be very, very, very dangerous moving forward. That's all they need on offense, I think, is one more receiver to help take the eyes off of Amon-Ra and really just razzle-dazzle their way downfield, just kind of have these explosive type plays, these methodical move down the field type plays, and the Lions will be Super Bowl contenders if that's the case. Now, I hate saying that, but at the same time, we've seen it last night. Okay, we've seen it plain and simple. Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end, didn't do terrible, 39 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 catches, 18 yards. They really didn't have too much from the receiving end of things. So like I said, if they get Mike Evans or get somebody that they can have another weapon, they're going to be very, very dangerous. Defensively, they performed exceptionally well. We talked about that pick 6 from Brian Branch. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, stud. This dude is a dog, if you will. I really liked what I see out of him, that pressure, that come-at-me mentality, like show me what you got type of mentality. He's going to be a beast for that defense. Detroit completely controlled this entire game. Now, if we look at the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes didn't do great. 2 tutties, 1 interception, 226 yards passing. He was also the leading rusher with 45 yards. Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire couldn't get anything going. That defensive front for the Detroit Lions is phenomenal. Their pursuit at getting the tackler or making the tackle is top-notch as well, so far at least at this point. And MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, was their leading receiver with 48 yards. Now, this is a complete show out by the Detroit Lions, complete domination from the Detroit Lions, even though they could have performed a little bit better. If they have one receiver, though, one more receiver, if they get a Mike Evans, this game is out of proportion. Okay, Detroit blows Kansas City out of the water. Kansas City really missed Chris Jones. They really missed Travis Kelce. But Detroit starts the season 1-0. The dynasty that was might not be the dynasty that will be. So, Kansas City Chiefs fall week 1. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about that game. Also, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 300 subs. I know we can get there, about 5 away, so make sure to subscribe. Anyways, have a great rest of your night, folks. And you just got your fix with the Wicks.